Welcome to the ARC. This YouTube channel, the ARC, stands for Alliance for Resilient Community, was the idea I had behind this. And the idea is I'd like to help myself as well as other people build a community around them. So in times of disasters or times of uncertainty, they're able to reach out to neighbors and able to be a benefit to their neighbors with the skills that they have. I'm just thinking about all the things that are going on right now with the hurricanes down in Florida and North Carolina. And people there had a little bit of a warning because the storms were coming, and they were able to evacuate at some level, although not everybody was, and it was pretty devastating. Sometimes we just don't have a warning. These things just happen, and they happen suddenly, and they happen swiftly. And I don't want to be caught off guard. I've been thinking about this for quite some time, but I figure now is probably a good time as any to finally introduce the idea, not only to myself, start implementing it, but to offer it up to other people to kind of join me in a journey. Because myself, I'm a pretty mechanical guy. I could figure things out. If we had a grid down situation where we lost power or something, I might be able to get my home, get some of the necessities up and running, maybe my well pump or maybe my heat. But I know some of my weaknesses, of course, though, are I'm not very good at gardening. I'm not very good at any type of medical situation. And if we were in a position where we didn't have the resources of the state to help us out, maybe the city, I'd like to know that I could look to the people who are closest to me. And those people, aside from the people who are in my household, are the people who I live next door to. And a lot of those people, to be honest with you, I don't really know them that well. I don't know where they stand in their worldview, and I also don't know what their capabilities are. And I would like to start building those relationships before anything goes bad, so that I know who I can turn to. Like, I might have people in my neighborhood who are doctors, nurses. I might have people in my neighborhood who really know how to grow stuff and know what types of plants you can and can't eat. And I want to get to know who those people are now, so that if there ever is an emergency, I'll be able to look at my little list and be able to say, hey, Jack, he really knows a lot about gardening. And, you know, Beth down the street, she's a nurse. And just be able to know who's around me. So that's the idea behind an ARC. I'm going to start building something in my community that will allow, or that'll help myself as well as the other people in my community to be able to fare well in the event of some type of disaster. And it's going to take some work. It's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to take some uncomfortableness. But I'd like to start doing this, and I'd like to invite you to join me in this journey. I haven't really done much, like I said. And I think it might be weird. The idea I have is to kind of make up maybe some type of literature, a pamphlet of some sort, where I can go to my neighbors and kind of introduce them to the idea and kind of introduce myself, and then see if they'd like to kind of give me information about them, so I could understand what skills they have, and I could introduce them to my skill sets. And I think probably some of the neighbors will think it's a weird idea. That's very possible, and that's okay. But some of the neighbors, I think, likely may have been thinking about these things as well, but really haven't taken the initiative to start anything themselves. So I'm okay with being the guy who takes the first step, and I hope you are too. Because you know what they say, the ancient proverb, Chinese proverb, I put a video out the other night about it, is the best time to plant a tree was like 10 or 20 years ago, because by now it would be bearing fruit and you'd be reaping that fruit by now. But the second best time is today. And I'm a huge procrastinator. I don't know about you. Procrastinators unite tomorrow, you know, but I need to really start getting to it. I need to really start figuring out what I would do in the event of an emergency, in the event of a loss of power for a long-term time. And I need to figure out what I would do, how I would do it, and I need to figure out where my weaknesses are and my strengths are. And I'd really like to try to figure out who's in my neighborhood who I could just pool resources together with or figure out what they're able to do so that I'm prepared in the event anything happens. And hopefully nothing ever will happen. And in the event where it's still a win-win, because I'm still building community with people who I don't usually talk to. I'm still getting to know people, and I'm still able to just have it'll be a benefit to the community no matter how it goes. So I'm hoping that maybe this is intriguing to you and interesting to you. Maybe you'll hit the like button, maybe you'll hit subscribe, and maybe you'll join me on this journey. It'll be a slow moving journey, and obviously it's not super high tech. I'm not very good with video, and I'm not very good with editing, so it'll probably be pretty simple like this. Maybe some on location things with neighbors that I meet where we do projects and I'm able to show you what we're doing. But I hope to really start building this thing, so I hope you'll be ready too. So ready to build the ark? Let's get to it.